Hey, welcome back. We're continuing the next part of our Space Haven YouTube tutorial. Let's jump in and see where we are here. So we just settled in the sector, we're doing a little mining. We're very low in energy right now, so that's kind of an ongoing concern that we have to figure out how to deal with. We're basically just researching, working our way into the mid-game and getting the X1 power generator, which will help us solve some of our energy issues eventually. In the meantime, we can shut down the recycler to try to conserve power. We don't have any jobs queued for it anyway, so it shouldn't make a big difference one way or the other. We're really redlining it here with our energy supply. Might have to sell some stuff to buy some more blue crystals. We do have food available, or we will shortly, maybe. We might be able to... We have a Slavers Guild ship coming in. So what we're going to do here, because I don't want to be here when the Slavers Guild gets here, what we're going to do here is we're going to override. I'm going to hover over this. I see that we have 6 hours until they get here, so I'm going to have everybody work for 4 hours. That should give us enough time to finish mining and get everybody back on board. Actually, let's have, since those guys are all busy mining, it seems like this one guy is doing all the mining, so let's have everybody else go back to sleep. Make sure our crew is as well rested as possible. That's the only time-sensitive task here, really. Okay. Now that that guy's on his way back, we can start prepping for jump. Okay, we got here with an hour to spare. The rest of the crew is getting their breakfast together as we flee from the slavers. So we have some ice here. We're looking for blue crystals specifically, and here we have some. So we're saved for now. I'm going to try to get the cultists to stay in the system. Now I'm hitting the interrupt button. A lot of people think that interrupt means that you're like attacking the other ship, but it really just means, hey, stay in the sector, I want to do something with you. So it can be I'm attacking that ship, but it can also be for trading. So here I'm just going to try to trade with the Cult of New Haven and see if they can give us some energy along with the energy that we're picking up from the blue crystals here. I'm going to park kind of over here because I want to be close to the derelict, even though we're also mining and trading with that guy on the other side of the sector here. Even though I want to check out this derelict, I'm going to prioritize the trading and getting of energy as much as possible here. They have expensive blue crystals, and we have no money. That's unfortunate. Is there anything we can sell? We can afford to sell a couple units of noble metals. That's enough for one blue crystal at least. So that'll keep us going for a little while. I hate spending 300 credits per blue crystal, but we don't really have a choice. We gotta keep our ship running. And so right now the crew's having breakfast, using the bathroom before they get off to work. There we go. Should see our shuttle disembark shortly here. There we go. So as soon as that guy gets back and we're done harvesting that energy, we're gonna kind of consolidate everybody on board again. And then we're going to go on our way mission. Where are we going? Oh, the shuttle's coming back. There we go. Wrong shuttle. Alright, so we're going to draft now. Let's get our way mission together. Now that that's assigned, I'm going to have the remaining guys start grabbing these raw chemicals. If they have availability to do that. Okay, so here's our 4-man. We're going to take the end of the ship in the hull breach here. I really need to get more growbeds online. Once we get some more energy, we can... What just happened? I don't know why it snapped me back to the view of the ship here. Okay. Once we have a little bit more energy, we can recycle and produce some infra blocks. That'll enable us to grow more food, which we could potentially trade. We also get a couple credits here, probably. It's not much. We got a new data log. We only got like 40 credits. Oh boy. These guys are scary. So these are like the larger alien enemies. We're gonna have to do like a fighting retreat here probably, because I'm not entirely sure if we can actually take multiple one of these guys at a time. Maybe. I'll do some micromanagement here. Oh no. Catherine, run! Okay. They tend to pick and focus on a particular target, so as long as we keep that target away from them, we should be okay. Kind of. They might switch target eventually. Okay, so we actually did okay here. I'm not sure if I want to proceed, though. I think I'm going to send my least wounded guy to just take a peek outside and see how many more of those guys are there. If there's more of them, we're going to want to bail. Okay, we might be okay here. Catherine's not looking great, so we're going to keep her in the back. Okay, now we do have a nest here, but as long as we've taken care of all the big guys, that should be okay. There we go. We have another one. We gotta be quick though, because if another one hatches, then we're in trouble. Okay, we actually took out our first nest here. That's pretty good. Oh, I shouldn't speak too soon, right? Those eggs could still hatch. Okay. So we got a hatching here. We gotta bring Catherine back. Lenny can tank it. That's okay. He's bleeding though, so we gotta be careful with him. All right. So I think we killed all the aliens. Hopefully. Now it should be just a matter of exploring the rest of the ship, which is over here. Okay, we explored the Zertine. We're gonna undraft our people here. We're gonna transfer. Okay, we got a little bit of energy rods. That's not super helpful. We got some fruit and some human meat that we can eat, and if we have to. We're also gonna start gathering some energy scrap here, and we'll see if we have time for other stuff. Okay, so looking at our crew now, so we have a guy who's bleeding currently. He's only at -2 right now, and his health's pretty good. So we might just leave him alone. I'm going to give him a little bit of extra rest in his schedule to make sure that he's able to recover. What was that guy's name again? Lenny. And I think I'm actually going to do the same for Catherine, because even though she doesn't have the bleeding debuff, because her health is so low. So Catherine and Lenny, let's have you guys... I'm just going to give them like a midday healing break. How's our blue crystal supply now? We're up to 11. It's still not great, but it's an improvement. Okay, so hopefully, yeah, Catherine should be heading back now. So we're leaving Penny on board here, which is okay, because we don't have any enemy ships coming in or anything. This guy's picking up cargo on the way back. Shuttles like to multitask. We picked up the couple things that have already been put in the airlock by the crew on their way back. Okay, and this is our raw chemicals coming in. Is there anything else we can buy from these guys? Let's take a look. Getting a unit of meat would be really helpful, because these guys are starting to have nutrient deficiencies. We actually don't have protein deficiency yet, so I think actually once we get our first crop of food... No, we do have a protein deficiency with Lenny. That's going to be a problem with his healing, probably. I'm gonna see if we can afford 1 unit of meat. These guys have a pretty good amount. Meat is always at a bad price. You can never get a good price on meat. But I think... No, we really can't afford it. We'd have to give up some really essential stuff, like the energy blocks. So it's better if we just wait. Now that we have everybody back on board, let's produce a little bit more infra scrap. This will be 3 more infra blocks. How many do we need for the another grow bed? That'll be 5. Yeah, so that'll be just enough. We'll make 1 more. I don't know where we're actually going to put that other grow bed. We do have a couple of hull blocks, though, so we can expand. We don't expand too much, though, because the bigger the ship is, the more energy it uses to keep the ship heated. Lenny is still bleeding, currently. Okay, we have a Slaver's Guild ship coming in. We have all the transfers are done here. We're gonna expedite the salvage and see what we can get. Unfortunately, the shuttle is tied up with Penny here being the only one working on board the ship. Since we only have one shuttle, we can't really... There's not much we can get done here. Okay, so what we're gonna do... How much scrap do we have currently on board? Only one scrap unit. You know, it's gonna be enough. If we bring home that extra scrap unit, that'll bring us another blue crystal. So we're gonna leave it there, rather than take some hits from the Slavers Guild or be forced to pay a ransom. Which we actually couldn't pay because we don't have an ops console to talk to them. Yeah. Everybody's sleeping. We'll have Catherine get up and jump. But Catherine's actually pretty much healed by now, so we should actually... This doesn't go to a place with more blue crystals. The question now is, do I want to keep going here, or do I want to backtrack a little bit? With my 16 green crystals. We have plenty of ice, I don't need to stop there. I think I need to find more blue crystals. If we can find some in this sector, we'll do it. The Slavers Guild guy is like chasing me. Their movement's pretty random. They don't really... It's not like locked onto me or anything, but... just something to be aware of. That he's going the same way I'm going here. There's another Slavers Guild. I should actually leave this sector, probably. Oh, he's chasing me. Okay, we need blue crystals. Gotta stay focused here. And we might be able to lose them in this mess of things here. Oh no, okay. We're gonna hastily scoop up the blue crystals and then leave the sector. I think we can do it. We'll have like 7 or 8 hours probably before that guy shows up. Have to get up everybody out of bed, but it's worth it. Okay. Again, so this is 7 hours, so we're gonna put the work time at 5 hours. And while they're doing that, we can also do some recycling. Except for Lenny. I'm gonna have Lenny go back to sleep because he's the bleeding guy. Yeah, we definitely got time here. I actually think I'm gonna take some raw chemicals while we're here. Because one of these mining pods is gonna be done with its task in a second. So we might be able to get 1 or 2 raw chemical units in the time that we have. And that might be... This guy should return, I think... Well... What's his skill level? Okay, he's mining 3, so let's see if we can get 1 unit out. We'll slow things down a little bit here. So as soon as this guy's done picking up the current unit that he's mining, we're going to send him back, and then we're going to do the same thing with the other guy. Okay, so you return home. Cutting it close here. Okay, we got it. So now we can spin up. Need a safe place to remove spacesuit. Should be okay if you go back to the crew quarters, bud. Weird. I wonder if we don't have enough oxygen or something? No, oxygen's okay. Temperature is okay. It's a bit hot in the generator room. CO2's okay. I think it's just the heat in the generator room, probably. Anyway, we're ready to jump as soon as we get this mining pod on board. It's okay if we take 1 or 2 hits from the slavers, as long as our ship doesn't get destroyed. There we go. Okay, now we're gonna head back up. We can actually pick up the green crystals on the way back here. Maybe. Yeah, we're gonna pull the same trick again. Just do like a hasty mining job. And we're gonna leave that outpost or ship or whatever that is alone. That's a real quick mining. I could try to quickly explore this just to see if we get anybody that's like another crew member, but I don't think it's worth the risk because one of our crew members is already pretty significantly injured. Not like when they do this super inefficiently, where they leave one guy to do 2 crystals. Okay, we're gonna have him return home. You're done. So I didn't have time to get that last crystal. Well, we got 2 crystals anyway. That should be enough to tide us over for a little bit. There's our pod coming in. There he is. Okay, and we're good to go. We can actually wait. Now, if we wanted, we could just drop back here again. I don't think that's worth it. I think we're better off moving on. I gotta watch out because there's another Slavers Guild ship in this area somewhere. And it's there. So what we can do here is if I click the wait, that gives the Slavers an opportunity to move, and I'll see where they're gonna move. So if I can afford it in terms of my hyper jump total and my fuel here, I can wait them out. And if they start to move, I'll be able to get past them. But sometimes it takes them a while to move. So we're using a lot of fuel doing this. Staying in hyperspace. There we go. So that's what I'm talking about. Now we see them moving. So we can go ahead and drop here. And we'll pick up these resources on the way out of the sector towards the Merchant Federation. Okay. Raw chemicals, some noble metals. It'd be nice if we can get a chemical refinery online pretty soon, but I think we need the power generator first. Okay, anyway, we got 6 infra blocks, so if we can find space for it, we could install a another grow bed. So where do we want to put our other grow bed? Is there any place that kind of is almost enough space? Not really, right? We could fill this in and try to fit something here. That's sloppy, but it will do the trick. I don't like having the grow beds back by the engineering section. I'd rather have them up forward here. Let's expand this section and put another one next to the airlock. I think we have enough hull blocks for that. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 across. That should be enough space, I think. See if we have enough hull blocks for that. I think we should. Yeah, they're having some temperature issues in the reactor room here. It's starting to cool off a little bit. Wonder if we were in a radiation sector before, or it was just that. It's just fluctuating temperature. I wonder if we should put another vent down here. I don't want to spend the infra block on it right now, though. I definitely want to finish off this wall over here. So this, I'll probably make this a wall for now. Later, it might be a door. There we go. Okay, we're down to 2 hull blocks. I don't know if we're going to have enough. Do we have any hull scrap? We do have some hull scrap that we can use. Let's go ahead and make a hull block. Once everybody wakes up. So my thinking here is, since we invested in our research early to get the grow bed technology, it makes sense for us to start to expand our grow bed footprint. Food can make good trade goods depending on what the other ship has that we're trading with. And it basically only just costs water, which we have a bunch of at this point. Let's see what's yeah, it's five water units to an ice block, so we have like almost 60 water units basically. The only problem is we're going to run out of fertilizer pretty soon. So we're going to kind of hit a wall with our food production until we get the chemical refinery online. I kind of like this aesthetic with the 2 grow beds back to back. I'm going to leave it like that. Yeah, we got a Slavers Guild ship coming in, but our work in this sector is done, so I'm going to wait until this is done so that I can assign the grow beds tasks. And let's also expand our power footprint here. Try to make sure this whole area is covered without wasting space. I think that's the best we can do. Okay, so now this guy can link to there. This is nice because we have kind of a backup power system a little bit. It's unfortunate that those 2 things don't reach each other. Okay, but we have that. Our temperature is a bit cold over here, so we're gonna have to put in another thermal regulator. Okay, and let's get some food growing. Okay, now that that's doing, let's jump. I'm gonna run out of fertilizer real quick here. I might try to buy some if we see some for sale anywhere. And moving onward to the 2nd sector of our galaxy. I think it's the 2nd, might be the 3rd. The 2nd system, I guess. Yeah, 2nd system. One thing we got to keep an eye on now that we're running multiple grow beds is our accumulation of biomatter. We're going to start racking up a lot of it. Oh, this is good. Okay, so this is one of the most important things that you can find in the early game. This little filled diamond icon here, that is a claimable ship, which means if we wanted to, we could take all the stuff, we could take that and use it as a 2nd ship in our fleet. But what's more efficient for us, especially in harsh difficulty, is for us to start taking that apart and using it for spare parts. So we're gonna check out that ship, we're gonna use it for spare parts, and we're going to get a lot of really good stuff, probably. So we're going to park right next to it here to maximize or minimize our travel time. We're going to get directly on board there as quickly as possible. Lenny's healed, so I think we should be okay. I also want to pick up carbon here. Carbon is fairly rare. You don't see it too much, especially in the later part of the game, usually. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead. We only got 1 docking option, so we better hope that it's a good one. Actually, wait. No, we can come in through the hole here. It just didn't highlight that other entrance. We should probably also pick up some more ice once we're done with that carbon mining. And so, like I said before, we were looking for an opportunity to... we're in the radiation sector, so we're going to be using a lot of energy while we're here. We've got to keep an eye on that. We're going to be looking for an opportunity to trade for fertilizer, if possible. Get out here, because these guys can't attack us while we're floating over vacuum. These guys only walk along walls and ceiling, floors. I'd prefer if you guys didn't destroy the reactor, because that's expensive. A lot of good parts there. Man, their aim's terrible. Okay. I guess we killed the one that was over here. There we go. Okay, now we've explored the Antilla. So now what we can do... Now there's 2 options you get when you get a claimable ship. You can either claim it, which makes it your ship, or you can abandon it and treat it as a derelict and salvage it. It actually makes a lot more sense to claim it if you can, because that gives us the option to dismantle the systems instead of just... what do I want to say? Instead of just scrapping and getting salvage, which is worth a lot less. So we're going to go ahead and undraft these guys. Now, this is interesting because we have these higher level upgraded generators and this upgraded hyperdrive, which we don't have access to on our own ship. So if we had enough resources, we could build this up and it would be a better ship than the one that we have. But the problem is I don't think we have enough energy and I don't think we have enough hull blocks to actually fix this ship. So it makes a lot more sense for us to dismantle it. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to zoom out to the tactical view, click on rules on the Antilla, which is our claimable ship, select all, and then I want to empty out. So every resource that shows up on the ship is eventually going to get transferred over to our other ship, just by rule. Now that we've done that, let's start by dismantling the big stuff, the generators, the hyperdrive, and the bridge stations. These things are all worth tech blocks and energy blocks, which are going to be really helpful for us. Once those things get done, we're going to also start dismantling the other smaller things here, like the beds, the doors, the toilets, the little nodes on the wall here. Those things will also give us valuable resources. The other thing, I want to check my ships menu. Now that I have multiple ships, you can use this menu to decide which crew is assigned to which ship. So I wanted somebody to have their home be on board the Antilla. I could click on there. The check means they can sleep on this ship. The home means they prefer to sleep on this ship, and they can be assigned a bed. Okay, so, and then I right-click to disable sleeping. I'm going to set it so nobody can take a break on board the Antilla. They have to come back to the ship that has food in order to eat. That makes sense, right? And I also want to prevent the guys that are not assigned to do derelict ship salvaging from going on board that ship at all. So we actually have too many guys doing salvage. We should probably take one of them back. Okay, and next up on our mining list is hyperfuel. Now, it is actually possible to dismantle every single thing on board the ship. We could scrap all this stuff for hull scrap and strip it right down to the airlock, and then manually assign a shuttle out here and bring in a guy to dismantle the airlock. So we could remove every single block from this if we wanted to, but it's usually not worth the trouble. Usually just want to pick up the major systems that are worth advanced construction materials. And if currently we're out of infra blocks, so we're going to pick up some of those as well. Again, we're in a radiation sector, so we're kind of on the clock here. We want to get this job done as quickly as we can. Let's actually... I'm going to have everybody work a double here to try to get this done so that we don't use up as much energy just sitting in the sector sleeping. Here we go. Okay, so we have the major stuff being dismantled. I'm going to dismantle some energy and infra blocks here as well. You can see they're working to move that stuff to the airlock to get transferred. I could just box highlight and have them delete everything, but I don't really want to delete like the walls and stuff like that, because that doesn't really give us anything. It gives us tools, which don't even really transfer much from ship to ship. Here we go. I also don't want to be bothered to dismantle lights, which don't really which are also only worth tools. Okay, the crew's quite busy here, that's good. Gotta be careful because if somebody falls unconscious, you know, if somebody gets too tired, they could fall unconscious on board the derelict ship, and that would be bad for their oxygen supply, probably. See, like Penny here is setting the point where she needs to go home and rest. Here we go. Now she's safely on board the shuttle, so she'll be okay even if she passes out. Okay, let's have... Maybe we'll have a couple guys kind of sleep in shifts here. Catherine's going to continue. Oh, there's an option. There's like stuff that she's cleaning off the floor, like alien blood. We can switch that off using the settings menu here. I'm turning off auto clean so that she'll work on stuff that's more useful for us. Okay, notice we've gone through like 3 energy crystals in the time that we've been here already. That's because of the power draw from the thermal regulators to keep the ship cooled in the radiation sector. But we should also check our temperature in the engineering compartment because we knew it was pretty warm. 46 degrees is a bit toasty. Now that we have some extra infra blocks, I'm going to put a third vent over here to engineering. We got to be careful about venting too much into this space because of the grow beds, though. I actually think I'm going to put a wall here and maybe a door here. That should help. Oh, let's take our Catherine's back to normal now, so we should take her off of the weird schedule that we have her on. There we go. Now they're transferring all the goodies. That's good stuff. So you can see now we're up to 7 tech blocks. We got another couple energy blocks. We got like 7 infra blocks we already just used. Actually 8 infra blocks. We already just used like 2 of them up building stuff. We're getting some hull blocks as well. Are we? Why are we getting hull blocks? Oh, I guess the hyperdrive is worth hull blocks, I think. So that was all the stuff that we had queued for dismantling. Do we want to stick around and get a couple more infra blocks? I think we do. We also still have a bunch of infra blocks already over here that we have to pick up. Oh, they're just putting stuff in storage from the airlock. We definitely need to have a door here. I didn't realize how inefficient that was. There we go. They were walking all the way around here when they could just be walking back and forth from here to here. Okay, I think that's everything. So as soon as we clear out the current load of blocks that are here, we'll be done with this sector. Now we're down to 8 blue crystals. I might let these guys sleep for like an hour and then send them back out again. Working them pretty hard here to try to get out of this radiation sector. Okay, let's go. Yeah, so we just used up all of the, basically all of the surplus energy that we picked up in the last sector or so, but it's going to be worth it. This claimable ship is going to be a huge boost, and that basically takes us into the mid-game with now having 22 infra blocks and 18 tech blocks and 12 energy blocks, and we got a couple soft blocks as well. So now once we solve our energy crisis, then we'll be in really good shape, and we can really start expanding our ship. Merchant Federation ship. We're not going to wait for them, again, because it's a radiation sector. It's very expensive to be here. Although if we happen to be here anyway, by the time they get here, then maybe we'll trade with them. Alright. We're good to go. Now it's going to give us a warning because we're leaving our claimed ship, the Antilla, behind, but that's okay. We can check our totals on the bottom here. We have no crew left, no robots left, and no craft left, which is the shuttles and pods. It's only the ship that we're leaving behind, and that's okay. Our ship's storage is full, I just saw, so we gotta get that solved. I'm gonna drop here and buy some energy crystals from the Merchant Federation as we're mining here. That's a big one. Or mid-size, anyway. Ice, Hyperium, Carvid. Let's see how many... Now, we're still in a radiation sector, so we're still going to be burning through energy like nobody's business. We're going to buy all the energy that we can here. And we're going to trade... Do I trade my 1 unit of vegetables here? I don't know. I think we can afford to trade like one soft block. We can give them a pile of noble metals, which we don't use much of. And we'll give them a unit of biomatter just to get it out of our inventory. So this should free up a little bit of space in our ship storage, and more importantly, it gives us energy. We're gonna have to figure out what's our energy scrap level. Yeah, we can produce another blue crystal. That will help us with a little bit with our energy situation, and it also helps free up storage. Could maybe even think about selling them a little bit of our hull scrap to free up storage. Unable to sleep, need a safe place to remove spacesuit. I guess they figured it out. Let's check our overall temperature here. It's kind of slowly climbing in the engine room, which I'm not super happy about. Let's put another thermal regulator here by the recycler section. Actually, put it here, I think. Oh, it's super hot in there, look at that. 109 degrees. That's okay. That's an airlock. That's a spacesuit section anyway. Okay, now it's a little bit colder in here. That's good. We got up to 8 blue crystals. Hopefully that other merchant that we passed will be jumping into the sector any minute now. We also have the X1 almost done, so we could think about buying some energy rods. These guys actually have pretty cheap energy rods because they have like 30 of them. So let's see if we can get some energy rods in preparation for running that new generator, which is a little more efficient. Do we sell some tech blocks? I don't like to sell many tech blocks because they're so useful, but we have so many of them, I think we can afford to sell a couple here to keep our ship alive. Could think about selling some green crystals. That's a bad price, though, kind of. I mean, the tech blocks aren't really a good price either. What do we do here? Oh, we could sell them some more biomatter. See if I can take back a tech block. No. Alright, that'll be alright. So, 6 energy rods. That'll keep us for a while once we get the new generator built. And we will have time to research the energy refinery. We also need to... We still have fertilizer currently, but we're going to run out of that real soon. So we're going to be on the lookout for fertilizer purchase opportunities. These guys don't have it. It's going to be a little while before we get the chemical refinery, because we have to get the energy refinery first. Otherwise, we won't be able to run our new generator once it's built. Okay. The Frostbite has slightly better prices on blue crystals. They also have tech blocks, which just doesn't make a lot of sense for us to buy, since we already just sold a couple of them. We could sell a couple infra blocks. This is kind of a not good price, though. So we're offloading most of our biomatter. Actually, we need a little bit for the algae, so... I think we have enough blue crystals to survive this sector for a little while. And we don't need to trade more than that. Once we get the energy refinery and the generator online, it's going to make everything better. Ship storage is full. Just have stuff piling up in the airlock here. Monster corpses, ice carbon. Where are we going to put another storage? I don't know. We could fit a small storage here if we move this thermal regulator. Let's do that. Small storages are kind of wasteful because it uses up a good chunk of space, and they only store 50 units as opposed to the large storage, which stores 250. But sometimes you just need that little bit of extra space. And you don't have enough room for a large storage. My body temperature, yeah, we know. Okay. Let's see. So we're gonna continue traversing through the sector here, looking for goodies, especially energy. Here's an energy that we can... So this is actually an interesting sector. We got a derelict and a claimable ship and some energy. I think, though, we're going to have to explore that next time, because I'm getting towards the end of my session here. I want to say thank you very much for watching. Hope you have a good afternoon. And, oh, I forgot. I'm supposed to be recording a YouTube video here, right? If you enjoy this video, let me know if you think it's helpful, and look forward to the next one. Alright. Save it. Oh, I totally didn't see there, excuse me, sorry. I forgot to bring up my chat overlay. That's my bad. Thanks for hanging out, though. Later. Take care, folks.